Wow! Didn't realize we were elitists in this group.
We're getting transphobia and we're getting classes.
Sorry, guys, I'm just getting into character real quick.
My God.
Gene, how dare you bring us live on this?
Okay, it was funny. I can't be.
Wait, are we live?
Oh, wait, we're live?
Are we live?
Gene came here to out everybody's dirty laundry.
I just wanted everyone to see a little bit what it's like to game with us here at Entropy Emporium.
I don't think
Wow.
everybody needs to know that.
Shouting.
Yeah, I was verbally berating all of them like
We're
a director
never-
would. You
we're
ever seen
never
like
gonna have
Okay,
any
Flash?
we're
players
into
now.
it. We're fine.
Oh, it's
It's like
okay.
Whiplash.
It's all good fun, guys. I
And
promise.
Jake
Kit, we can't talk about being into it, Kit. This is a family-friendly stream.
You're right.
it's
You're right.
not.
Sorry.
No, it isn't.
Nobody asked.
Definitely
Nobody
not.
asked.
Get nothing wrong, audience. This is not a family-friendly stream.
You are
I
here. You are
refuse to
not
be
family.
family-friendly.
If you're if you're watching it on the big screen with your whole family there,
Bad idea. Back out
Um,
now.
nah, I just want to say
Hi, kids.
Someone's
hello,
put-
Cheryl. You make
past
a
your
lovely
bedtime.
casserole.
Cheryl.
Fuck Cheryl.
Our one viewer called Cheryl is gonna be like,
yeah, some random person just clicked onto the tabletop RPG section. Her name's Cheryl.
All right, cool. Welcome to the party, everybody. We are Entropy Emporium. We're just trying to get the ball rolling tonight on a finale of this show, the second ever show we've ever aired. But first, I have two silly, goofy little announcements. The first, we have charity. We're running charity, Free Palestine. Keep your eyes on that shit. There's been a lot of stuff in the space that's not great. So we're trying to do, this is pretty much the extent of the power that I have, is donate to charity. We're doing Palestine Children's Relief Fund, it says up at the top there. And that goal is indefinite. We will be raising money for that for a long, long time. The next thing is we have a Discord, a community Discord, where you can come and hang out and say hi. Mostly where people are yelling about TCOV. The link will be in the chat briefly. They Call Us Villains is our one of our ongoing shows. We're gonna have more. We have a lot more coming that will be announced tonight. For now, let's get to this finale. I am JT, I'm the provider, and tonight I am Orca OS. And I'll go ahead and send it down to Logan, unless we'll do sort of like a zigzag.
Oh snap, we're mixing up the formula. Hello everyone, my name is Logan, also known as Logan the GM. That's where you can catch me on most socials. Tonight I am playing Hyena. He's a lucky explorer who siphons power, or data in this case. And where do I throw it to, Jeet? You gotta tell me.
We're sending it to Kian.
Okay.
I was unprepared on so many levels. Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. Tonight, I am playing the Doctor, who is an impulsive speaker who separates mind from body. You know, just a little lad, never done anything wrong a day in his life, as is true for all of my characters. Who do I get to? I'm gonna punt it up. For me on the screen, it's upwards to Kit.
Yes.
shit. I think I got it. Hi, guys. I'm Kit. You can find most places on the internet at KitRoll. Tonight, I will be the artist briefly known as Galahad, but who folks may now recognize as Grace Arthur. Alias, I guess we can do this. Alias is Echo. Although she's not logged in as that currently. Oh, and I guess she has a title. She is a vengeful warrior who works the system.
And
Punt it over to Harp.
I'm Harper. I'm gonna be playing. Largely this session, I'm going to be playing Narcissa Decelia. She is a hacker who thinks she is God, and has stated that to the party many times. If you're just now catching up with us, I mean, listen, sometimes I skip to the finale too. It's, it's fun sometimes. The party just found their way to the top of Enginesoft's tower, where this entity who's threatening them resides, seemingly. After going into a server, they found that this person has been creating life in some form. They talked to some of her creations, and found some things about some people, namely that Orca's prototype was a much more violent entity, perhaps, and that Grace's brother, who she was assuming the role of, let's say, has been in some form reconstructed. And after they confronted her and told her, hey, stop reconstructing my brother and also stop killing people, and a lot of other things as well, after denying her offer to give them what they wanted, she screamed, and the ground beneath them began falling into pieces. Is there anything... I'm just going to kick this off here. Is there anything anybody's doing right away as this begins to happen? You four are standing across from her. Her computer setup is a decent amount of yards behind her, and beside her, a couple feet away, sits Emmett in a chair.
Were any of the other, I don't want to call them minions, but I'm gonna, were any of them here?
Creations. They were all
Creations.
downstairs.
Okay, interesting.
Where is she right now, Narissa? She's just
Narcissa,
Narcissa,
yeah, she's across the room from you.
like how far? Like
Let's say like 5-6 yards. You
cool.
guys definitely did not get close. This was a guarded conversation, and she let you know as such. But you could run up and hit her, but she would be able to, see that. Like, it's not like you can surprise attack her by just
Am I still next to Emmett as of last session, threatening Emmett with
Yes, you are. Yeah, beside Emmett.
We've sort of established that Narcissa sort of exists here, I'll say more physically than perhaps the rest of us do.
Yes, you specifically, you saw when you came up here, you saw a bathroom with like a toothbrush. It was a messy bathroom, but there was a toothbrush and a hairbrush, which is an anomaly for the net. And also just like her general appearance, most people don't have to worry about upkeep of themselves and their bodies in the net, but it seems she does.
So I guess the question is, does it look like when she's making things happen in this room, does it look like she has to interact with anything physically to make that happen? Does she have any sort of devices, or does she have like the same sort of HUD, UI that we have?
Yeah, it's very similar. Specifically, I think the only glimpse you really got of her doing anything was her accessing her computer from where she stands.
And she didn't have to be...
She didn't have to, like, type at the computer necessarily.
Good to know. Very good to know.
I guess I want to... The floor is, like, collapsing underneath us, right?
Yeah, it is going from the outsides of the rooms inward. So,
Okay.
It's
So
not
running...
necessarily quickly falling apart, but rather this is not structurally sound currently.
Okay, can I run up to her?
Certainly.
Because what I want to do, because I mean, I guess like this isn't D&D, so there's not initiative, like a combat thing hasn't occurred.
Yep, it's just
technically.
one person. You get one turn every round.
I want to try and use my tier 2 ability, Drain Creature.
Okay.
It costs 2 intellect points. I have an edge in intellect, so it should only cost me 1 to do that. I drain a living creature I touch, allowing me to regain 1 point per level of that creature, and I can use those to restore my might or speed pools.
Okay.
And also they lose health for doing that. So
Okay.
I do it. I run up and I do
Nice.
it.
No roll required.
It does say. Hold on. I'm just gonna read the
worries.
whole thing. You gain
No
points
worries
of
at all.
Yep, rate of 1 point per minute, and must give your full concentration on the process during this time. Meaning the creature probably has to be subdued in some fashion. Oh, yes.
Help with that.
Okay. Yeah, let's make that into a plan instead, because there is no roll,
If
but they
you
can.
need a layup real quick, I just picked up a tier 2 power that can very easily help with that.
Absolutely. So like I kind of just give a look at Orca, and I'm like, let's take care of this.
Cool. Harp.
Oh.
To set Hyena up, I would like to use my new ability, Stasis.
Okay.
I surround a foe of my size or smaller with scintillating energy, keeping it from moving or acting for 1 minute, as if frozen solid. I must be able to see the target, and it must be within short range. I assume since I moved to Emmett with Far Step last session, I am closer to her than I would have been.
I would say you're in close range. She's a couple feet away.
Okay. And while in stasis, the target cannot be moved.
Okay.
I have 2 edge in intellect, so that only costs me 1 point to use.
There's no roll associated.
Just
Okay.
as it happens.
Yeah. As she screams and things go beside her, it seems like something in her has like, I don't want to say snapped, but like she looks at you. Before it was like kind of this like calculating distant look, and now it is just anger. And as she moves to do something, she raises her hand like outward to point at somebody, and she is frozen where she stands.
The moment she becomes frozen, Hyena like leaps out at her, and you can see like his hands have this like green glow as he's like, well, I'll take that. And he starts to siphon off data from whatever is her core existence, whatever makes up her. How long does the stasis last?
It lasts for a minute or until something is done to her. So this is pretty much, you get this.
Okay, this only lasts for one. I can only do it like once per minute anyway, so that makes perfect sense.
Cool, we'll just keep laying her up.
Yeah, actually, we could if we really wanted to. It's as long as we don't like completely, I don't know, screw ourselves over one way. But what that does for me is I can now heal one of my pools, well, my strength or my speed pool, and she will lose 3 points of health.
Okay. Let me. Okay. And then you heal your. Which. Yeah. Which one are you healing again?
I will go ahead and heal my speed because that one has something down in it. My might is still good.
Call. This does take a full minute to do.
Yep.
Galahad, or I guess Grace.
You can call it
And
whatever
the
you
doctor. Is there anything you two are doing during this? Like, it looked like shit was about to get really serious, and now you kind of have a minute to prepare, do things, etc.
I am going to use my open mind ability. So it costs me 3 intellect points. Any task involving perception is decreased by 1 step, and I cannot be surprised.
Okay.
Can't do math. So the floor is opening.
Yes. From like the edges of the room are falling down. It is not a fast process, but you get the feeling that you don't want to be standing on the far edges of the room.
Are any of us close to the edge?
You're all relatively close, except Orca, right? Orca and Hyena. Now that Hyena has moved in to drain this stuff.
Okay. I am going to. I'm just gonna move in closer to the center for right now.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna go stand by Emmett.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna do anything to him yet.
Watch out for the knife.
I don't think that's how we need to go about saving people, Orca. I'm just gonna say it.
It's interesting you have a moral objection to this course of action.
Well, I mean, it's Grace's brother. Feels a little
It's a
impersonal.
construct of Grace's brother.
Okay, for
It's not people.
all right.
This is all very touching and whatever, but I can't do this forever. Come on.
I would like to hack heaven.
What's up? Yeah. What? Hell yeah! What is that?
So the floor is disintegrating. I would like it to not be doing that. Very much. Hyena and
Okay.
Orca are buying us time with the person. I would like to buy us time
Okay.
with the room. So if I could,
Okay.
I believe the move is hack the impossible. But I would like to hack heaven, if I may. And there isn't a roll, so I think I unless you would like to impose a roll, it does cost me a lot of intellect points.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Um,
I think what happens here is that as Hyena is kind of stripping this data away, that there are some like crucial aspects of like the environment program that she had lost control of temporarily that that he can communicate to you as you are working to repair it, essentially.
I'm imagining
And-
some like Willy Wonka, like the data traversing in the air nonsense, and Grace just like picking it. Like, I'm gonna need you and you and you, and then writing some code, trying to keep this thing from deteriorating, I guess.
Yeah, and you do that. It is an exhausting task. I want to like make that clear, like due to the price you paid for it.
Yeah, no, 3 intellect points is not small beans here.
Yeah. But everything seems relatively stable for now. Certainly not as stable as it was before she screamed. But you have definitely bought yourself time here.
Can we kind of continue a combo of just constantly draining, like pausing her and then draining her?
What?
So many points.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much is this pause? Because you could do it again. Really?
I mean, I can start kicking her ass and buy you some time. if you need, like, a
until
break.
an action is performed on her, and given that Logan's action takes a minute, I imagine that it would end when that action has ended.
Yeah, I'll for sure.
I could perform an action real quick.
So it's not like she won't be able to react if she's got, gimmicks up her sleeve. There will be downtime on her stasis.
For sure.
I guess I'll put it this way. I can do this because I have 8 intellect points left and I have 1 edge still. I could do this 8 times to her. And then if I really wanted to, I could go into my luck pool where I have 3 luck points to also do this. So I'm just wondering, do we do this combo? Do I force God to death by hacking her?
You can certainly try.
It's worth a go. I mean, because we came up here to not only to kill God, right? We had other things that we needed to sort of destroy. Could I be looking for that while y'all are hacking God?
I mean,
I can make this happen.
even if we don't do the combo layup, I think we can keep her busy.
Yeah.
What specifically are you looking for, Grace?
I mean, I don't. We've sort of established that she's like not necessarily the proprietor, but like controlling in some way this Andromeda's gaze
Yes.
comeback.
Very directly.
I want to know where she's keeping it, which may not be the right way to describe that, but
Okay. I am going to interpret this as less of a physical search, more like you have access to her computer right now, which you can dig through. I think this is kind of as Hyena is ending his drain is when you start on the computer. So I'm going to say that's next round.
yeah,
As
sure.
you hacked. As you finish draining this away, the stasis does fall on her. And in a moment of unfrozen lucidity, she looks shocked for a second, and then gets very still for another 1-2 seconds. A slight smirk, and then begins to step back. That is her whole turn.
So are you gonna just let us beat the shit out of you, or what's your plan, lady?
Looks at you, and goes like this. A clear reference to when she put her finger in front of your gun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I really have time for this. And types a couple things into her HUD.
Fuck it. Can I hit her before she while she's typing shit?
Certainly.
I don't. What game are we doing? What is? No, we're beating the shit out of God. That's what's happening.
It's hard to have an angle when we don't know what her angle is.
Exactly.
What I will say is that if somebody wants to roll intellect to see if there is anything changing about the environment, anything, that kind of thing.
Would we consider this perception?
Yes, this would absolutely be a perception roll.
Automatically eased 1, and I'm also trained in all tasks involving perception. Do I get to do it again?
Get it, Doc?
Do what again?
Does it get to drop another level?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This was initially a difficulty 5 roll. You have lowered it to difficulty 3 without doing anything.
Hot.
I will spend an equal number of 2 points to lower it to 3 as well.
Hold on 1 second. I might be able to do something as well.
Wait, you'll spend 2 points to lower it to
Yeah,
3?
I have 2 edge and intellect.
Oh, word. Okay, sure.
I
You're
rolled a
smart.
19.
Oh, never mind.
I just rolled like a regular 9, which technically beats it, but it's not a goddamn 19.
Yeah, Orca, you definitely... I'll start with Orca and then move to the doctor. Orca, you definitely see that the code she altered was not anything around her. Like, the environment didn't change, nothing about Emmett changed, there were no attacks on any of you. Process of elimination. There's kind of one target for that, I guess. The doctor, you more directly see the moment she hits like the equivalent of the enter button on her HUD, she very, very slightly begins to glitch. You see it in the thumb of her hand being duplicated for a second and then merging back. You don't necessarily know what that means, but given the context of a glitch and her before, it could be threatening.
Kian has low spoons. I feel like the doctor would assume that this is probably something about the Andromeda's gaze being activated.
You can definitely
Okay.
assume that this is adjacent to that at the very least.
Okay. I am still standing next to Emmett, and I'm going to just start to say she's starting to glitch. Is Emmett tied to this chair? He's still taking a little nippy nap, I think.
Yeah, he is unconscious.
I'm just gonna grab his whole body, and I want to pull him out of the chair because I don't want to leave him in this either. But we can't be near the edges, and I don't want to be. I'm just gonna warn the group that she is starting to glitch.
Okay.
And I'm going to start pulling Emmett out of the chair, but I am not going to move yet.
Okay. I would say you are now carrying Emmett.
That's cool.
You can for sure do both of those things in your turn.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do?
Is she looking anywhere in particular whenever she did this?
She began to take steps back and is looking at Galahad and at her computer.
Okay. I think the doctor kind of looks at Emmett, looks over at Galahad, and is like, I don't know what we're supposed to call you now. I think it's Grace, but she's got something in store for you. And I am going to, if I may. Was the perception my action? Can I still take an action?
You can take an action. I'll say that the rest, yeah.
I would like to use Enthrall. While talking, I grab and keep another creature's attention, even if the creature can't understand me. For as long as I do nothing but speak, I cannot even move. The other creature takes no actions other than to defend itself. But I want to stop her from walking.
Okay.
I just don't want her to walk back because she's backing up for a reason. So I am going to turn to her, and I am just going to start talking about how she thinks that she improved on my design, but she's actually just like second class, and I could do this so much better. And I'm just going to start antagonizing the shit out of her. So I'm just standing there holding Emmett, and I just don't want her to be able to walk back.
Okay. You can definitely do this. I'm going to say the moment she is like fully attacked, she might snap out of this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
I think that's actually if the creature is attacked, the effect ends. So
Cool. Yeah, I think she looks at you the same way you would look at a high schooler who says they are like a better poet than like a great poet. She looks at you in that way. Whether or not that is the case, I don't know. But like, she is definitely looking at you with like this weird mix of like disdain, pity, and fascination.
perfect.
Like at one point cuts you off. What the fuck are you talking? You built a little robot. You understand that, right? That's what you and what are the rest of you guys doing while she is genuinely a little upset at this attack on her ego?
I think Grace had moved to like the sword had materialized and like had moved to like genuinely swing at this bitch, and then like this starts happening, and Galahad's just like a little fascinated by the interaction, and then like, oh, I should be doing things, and I guess is going to return to the hacking portion of the evening because I'm too confused. I've lost the momentum that was in the sword. I'm a little too confused to do that, so we're gonna go back to hacking.
Grace like went in for a swing and was like, "No, wait a second,
Grace
what
went in
are we
for a
doing?"
swing and the doctor was like, "She's vibrating," and I was like, "What? What? Okay, putting that away." So now I'm kind of afraid to touch her. I don't know. I'm gonna look at her computer, I guess.
The rest of
Looks
you
like-
still get the sense that she is being weirdly dismissive of this attack on her. Either because she doesn't know the true threat you guys have, or is unconcerned by it, which both would be weird to you guys. Can you roll, since you're hacking? Can you roll an intellect roll, please?
I can
difficulty 5.
certainly try.
Most things in this fight will be difficulty 5. There's some fractal things that are going to be different, but
Yeah. Can I knock it down for a hacking skill?
yeah, that's pretty explicit. Yes.
And if I'm looking, because this is still sort of looking for, I guess we're back to looking for Andromeda's gaze. Can I knock it down for my skill in finding things and following tracks?
Yeah. This is not a well-organized file structure, is what I will say.
Wonderful.
Like there's most of it is in the desktop folder. Just like
Oh,
loose files.
oh,
in the
no.
desktop folder.
Oh no!
That
Just,
eats
like,
up your
for-
RAM. That eats
you
up your
can't see
RAM.
the background. It's oops all files.
Question, Harp.
Yeah.
I took the enable others that allows me to help any character that's attempting a physical task. Can we consider this a physical task?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I think everything's digital, anyways.
Yeah. So like
In some ways, it's navigation.
Okay. So I would like to use that ability so that I can give the help action or help enabler. The tags in this game is a little bit different than I'm used to.
Yeah.
To Grace, so that should lower it by one more. But like the way I visualize it is like as you're like hacking, you see like a hyena head like floating on the screen. Just like giggling like through the files, like chomping through garbage, like not this one.
He's eating them for power.
There's a ton of loose text files that are not what you're looking for.
This was a bad poem. She should work on her sentence structure. Not sentence structure, but you know.
I guess where does that put us? This was
Difficulty 4 before your
5.
mods.
4 before mods, so it's 2,
Yeah.
3. It's difficulty 1.
Sure.
It's what we're because
Listen.
we knocked it down with the before the mods.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do math. I'm trying to make it
Yeah. No,
happen.
I think you're right.
It just sounds a little ridiculous sometimes, but this is what I'm built
It
for.
does.
That's great because I rolled a 4, so
Oh!
dodging a fucking bullet.
Oh!
Oh,
I have
Okay.
never a 4 has never felt so good in a game. I'll say that right now.
Yeah, it is in a nothing. By the way, she in her entire files, nothing, even like her speech and anything she has referenced, she has just called this killing. She has not used Andromeda's gaze as the name for this. She has just called it killing. But you find a file that is within like a couple subfolders with like maybe related names, like you can kind of see how she got there. It is justice.exe.
No, now you're gonna make me sad that we have to kill God because that's gold. I guess hollering or like probably pinging Orca because I don't want to tip anybody off to what's going on or distract the distraction that's happening. Just sort of like, so how do I handle this thing? Can you come grab this?
Is it
'Cause we've-
malware?
You could say that. Yeah.
I will take any malware you find on that computer.
Because we've seen Orca sort of handle this before.
Mhm.
I don't want to touch it for reasons that should be obvious to our viewers.
I was just going to gouge her eyes out. That can wait.
We can do that next, for sure, for sure. You want to eat some virus or something?
Or can I eat some virus? Can I eat these files? Nom, nom, nom.
So I'm not saying no. I will not say no. If you want to go forward with this check, you can do it. I'm going to tell you it will be a high roll. The thing you rolled for before was like neutralizing a thing that this program had been used on, essentially, or that an offshoot of this program had been used on, in that glitching dagger. This is the source file for all of it.
You can fully say no to this. I'm just pitching it because I need to, as high as this
Hey.
check is probably going to be, I need to throw paint at the wall.
Yep,
Does
100%.
having my little nodule of the virus help me
No,
begin to neutralize? Okay, yeah, that's fair.
definitely not.
I understand.
It would be different if like you had done it in the past and you have like antibodies to it now, essentially. But it is still in you, because you are carrying it. So no.
Okay. So yeah, we're raw dogging it.
Okay.
Well,
It is a difficulty 10 roll.
Okay, difficulty 10. I am.
It is the highest roll you
specialized-
can have.
Specialized in software engineering.
That'll knock down 1.
Knock it down 2 for specialized.
Oh, specialized. Yep. Knock it down 2.
So down to 8. I have 2 edge and intellect.
Mhm.
I'm going to spend 4 points to bring it down to a 4.
Okay.
Is that, do we has
Normal
we
people do
concluded
the
this
help action?
negotiation?
Are you allowed to spend that much? How much
Well,
effort do you have?
Sorry, hold on. I think I have 2 effort because
We've got enough. It's fine.
I spent 2 to knock it down to a 6. Okay, so that's 18.
I rolled a 19 earlier. It can't be that hard.
Skill is chief. You
You know
can't.
what? I'm gonna hold on. This calls for the Grim Reaper dice.
I'll
Wait,
cry.
you're taking that?
So
You
You're
don't-
taking an 18?
I can't reduce this any further. I don't think.
What I will
Unless-
say is you can choose to not roll this. Because there will be, I'm not gonna say like giant consequences if you fail, but there will be some consequences if you attempt to do this and fail.
Correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding of the
Okay.
situation is that Galahad has found this lady's toys, essentially.
Yes.
Like, this is what she's been using to fuck up everybody else.
Mhm.
So this is, to Orca, this is like their ultimatum, right?
Sure.
This is everything Orca was built to stop.
Yeah. What I will say to give a little bit extra context, just because this is a big decision, and I don't want to like surprise you with this. It looks to be the source file. It is possible that she could have used it on things that she is like carrying. For example, you know, a knife that she has in her pocket, or perhaps her own body.
At that point, it's just a matter of cleanup, I think, to Orca.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Is there
Then go
any
for it.
sort of hesitation from Orca seeing what this file actually looks like?
I wouldn't call it hesitation. I think you see understanding dawns on Orca that this is like this is the whale. This is Ahab's. Everything Orca has ever done has been to get to this moment, essentially.
Oh
Okay, Ishmael.
no. I think I might have something to help, but I would need time. I guess would Grace understand that this source file is probably used on other things?
I think with brief conversation with Orca, you could have that. I'm not going to withhold that information from you.
Grace will offer if you can find the small things, do the cleanup. I can try to make this more manageable, or maybe get us some more information, but that's, if you can do it, you can do it.
We need to consider the cards on the table. She's making edits to things that we can't control, and probably booting this exact thing up. The 3 of you are extremely susceptible, and I've been built for this. If we don't take this away now, none of you might ever get the chance to help me again.
Yeah, but if you fuck it up,
Then
you
I
can't
fuck
help
it up.
us.
I can be rebuilt.
Yeah, but if you fuck it
Uh,
up and we're still here,
Orca will give you their Andromeda's knife. This is the last thing I could do to help you if this destroys me. It has a remaining pocket of this exact virus in it. Assuming she's not immune after I delete this, use it on her.
Yeah.
And understand that, again, I can be remade.
You say so.
It's all I've ever wanted.
Yeah, Grayson. I guess slide over and let them at the keyboard, whatever.
I think
That
Orca's
looks like-
hand just sinks into the monitor.
Yeah, okay. That too.
I do have a Grim Reaper dice. It's a metal hollow die with the Grim Reaper behind every number. Just for, added dramatic effect. I don't think the Meridius Beacon is needed for this roll. Actually, I'm not gonna pile up the dramatic effect. It was a 20.
What the fuck?
Sorry, I know, I can't help it. Being casual about 20s is really funny.
Damn.
Yeah, alright, okay.
I'll take a 1 though, if you think it would be really funny, Harp. I'll take a nat 1 on this.
I think we broke the jam.
No, fucking go.
Let's go.
But like in my head, I need you to understand. I'm like, okay, what do I say if Orca fails? What do I say if Orca fails this? How do I make?
How do I kill Orca?
And then it's just like, no, it's a 20. I'm like, oh, okay. Orca, you reach your hand into this monitor, and for a second, you become this monitor. You are submerged within the files it contains, particularly justice.exe. And as you dive into this on an almost literal level, you feel familiar. You feel comfortable. You get text just appearing in your peripheral vision on your HUD. Welcome back, Judge. Is there anything you would like to do now that you are literally inside of this program?
I have reached a conclusion. This protocol will no longer be necessary for executing justice. We figured out a new way to do it.
Are you deleting the file?
Yeah.
There are so many security measures placed on this file so that not even she herself can accidentally delete it. You bypass all of those. You are the program. And right upon deletion, pain. Searing pain everywhere. Galahad, Grace, you are right next to. This happens in an instant. The hand goes into the monitor, searches for something for a second. Orca turns red, and backs away out of the computer. The computer is glitching. Orca is not.
Is Orca staying red?
Orca, you come to your senses, but in a different way. Everything is hazy around you. You have your footing, you know your surroundings, you know your friends, but nothing feels right.
This must be what a cold feels like.
As they say that, they glitch once or twice. You all can see. Doctor, as the moment this happens, she stops being entertained by you. I am going to interpret this action as an attack against her.
Yep, that's valid.
You can see the glitch in those little spots that you spotted on her earlier are still there. But she looks as if there is some searing pain within her as well. And she turns around and snaps, "What the hell did you do?"
What I was built for.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is Narcissa's action. She walks up to Orca and kicks them as hard as she can. Orca, between whatever she did to herself and your fragile nature, this hurts really fucking bad. You're gonna take 5, or wait, sorry, difficulty 5. Sorry, I read that number wrong. Difficulty 5. Defense roll. And this is going to be a might defense roll. This is not a speed defense roll. You are not dodging this.
Okay. I'm going to spend 3 might to drop that to a 4.
Okay.
Because that is all Orca can do.
Okay.
That's an 11. It's a fail.
You take 4 might damage.
Orca's impaired.
As Orca's shaky body just does get sent flying from this kick. They ruined you. All right. It's not funny anymore. As she draws a knife from her pocket. This knife is glitching.
Oh shit, I know that.
Hyena, have you taken an action this round? Oh wait, no, you helped.
Nope. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that was
yes.
my action.
Okay.
Well, technically, it's not. It's considered an enabler tool. It doesn't have and requires an action on it.
Okay.
So I don't know if that counts per round.
Let's have this be like a little in between round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I guess she's farther away from me now, so I guess I'll use my. I'm afraid of that knife. She stabbed me before, so I'm just gonna shoot my rifle at her. So again, I pull out of, rifle space, I guess, out of my coat, and aim it at her. Like, don't fucking kick my friends. Don't knife me. Honestly, I don't have much reason to keep you around. Bye. And I start shooting.
Yep. Difficulty 5 as this fight has been.
What type? Might?
I believe it's speed for a ranged weapon.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Difficulty 5. I will reduce that. So first one is 3, right? Or is it 2?
Mm-hmm. First one's 3. Remaining ones are 2.
Okay, so I have 1 edge in speed, so that will take it down by 2. So we'll get that down there. And then I'll do it again. Not great for speed now, but hey, this is how you gotta do it. So I've reduced it by 2, so now it's 3. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Perfect. Anna shoots.
Let's go.
15.
Nice. How much damage does that do? Just for my. No?
4. Just 4.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you just see like yellow lights blasting off from this sci-fi rifle into her body. I'm like, leave everyone the fuck alone, you crazy god complex bitch.
Yeah, and there is a shriek as these bullets hit her back. She is bleeding heavily. And turns towards you with a look in her eye. She just went though. Granted, that was the end of the last round. So she still gets an action this turn. But is there anything anybody else would like to do as she is reeling from this rifle blast?
Are things still falling apart?
They seem to be mostly stable since Grace
Okay.
patched things together.
What's Grace up to?
I mean, I guess I've got something, unless the doctor would like to make some more moves.
No, the doctor just wants to be a problem.
We have much the same MO then, I think. Because it's funny you should mention the floor falling apart. Because now I know how that works because I fixed it. So I would like to unfix it. I would like to use my control the field ability. And I would like to hit her. But regardless of whether I hit the target, I can maneuver it into a position I desire within range. I would like to make the floor glitch so that essentially get her to fall through the floor a little bit and then fix it so she's stuck in the floor.
Okay.
I would like to, I guess grapple is probably a word for that, but
Sure.
I want her to glitch
Sure.
through the wall.
Okay.
Like a terrible video game.
Yeah.
But this does also let me hit her, I think. It's a weird one that costs points and stuff. What sort of, is this still a 5 we're doing for smacking?
Yep.
Cool. I don't know that I have necessarily a skill to smack, unless this counts as torture, but I don't think we're there yet.
Yeah, I think this is still...
The warrior gets some weird skills, okay, guys? I didn't pick it. I didn't choose that. That wasn't gonna be my move.
You chose this specific class, so
Yeah.
you did pick some of it.
I mean, I was an arena fighter. I had to be what else could I be, right? Got a big sword. I could maybe bring it down a little bit on the roll, but probably not a whole lot. So fuck it. Let's just do it normal. Nope. So I'm more fading a hit. That was a 4. Again, with the 4. A less satisfactory 4 than previously. So it's probably more of like fading a hit with the sword to distract her enough to glitch the floor.
Yeah.
Sort of joint.
What I will say is that you think that she isn't really perceiving you since she is so intently focused on Hyena after that blast came for her. But as you go to swing, even though it is a feint, she like puts her arm out instinctively. She interprets your feint as a genuine like miss, essentially. And turns to you. He said you would be like this. I know, and then glitches into the floor just a little bit, and she has lost her footing. Certainly, whether that is permanent or temporary,
Just
but
for
you definitely
pizzazz.
have- yeah.
I think Grace, the sword then comes down to point at her chin. Did he tell you about that one?
That's all you. And gives you like the dirtiest look possible.
That's fair. That's all right.
Orca and Doctor. Are there any actions or things you would like to do?
Ouchie.
This is the first time I think you've needed to cough, Orca, in your existence.
Where did I get lungs? No, Orca's having a rough one. I think I'd still like to gouge some eyes though, if that's okay, gang.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Orca does not take their Andromeda knife back. They're just gonna use their thumbs for this one, gang. Sorry in advance. That's all the detail I'm gonna give it. I make an attack against a creature with an eye. The difficulty of the attack is increased by 1 step, but if I hit, the creature has trouble seeing for the next hour. During this time, the difficulty of the creature's tasks that rely on sight, which is most tasks, is increased by 1 step.
Okay.
So I think Orca kind of like painfully hoists themselves up. The classic like arm over the stomach, and they just limp over and fall to their knees in front of her.
Her being immobilized from her current situation with the floor definitely helps.
And I'm going to spend the necessary speed points to drop this 6 back to a 5. Cool. 16. It's better than failing the defense roll.
Yeah. Okay. So how much damage does this do again?
It is. I think it's technically just a light attack.
Okay.
But she's also like half blinded by this.
Gotcha. Okay. And that's the difficulty difference. I'm going to interpret that as her attacks are -1 against you guys, so it'll be difficulty 4 instead of difficulty 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's screaming. She looks like overwhelmed right now. Grace, you've seen a lot of fighters. You have fought a lot of fighters. She is not a fighter. Not even a little. So scraps like this, she is definitely outperformed in, certainly. Doctor, is there anything you'd like to do before her?
Do we get the sense that like this is like it's not just that she's, because the doctor is not strong either. This is not just that she is weak. It is also because she is corporeal in this space. Do we get that sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I would like to wake up Emmett.
Okay.
I would like to poke and prod mentally and wake him up.
Yeah. Is there any sort of ability associated with that, or are we doing a roll for this?
I am happy to use where did it go? No, actually, I would prefer not to, because I have something else that I'm gonna do. If
Okay.
And I need to save my intelligence points because I'm running a little low.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is difficulty 5, like most things here.
Would you consider this be requiring willpower? Patience, willpower, or discipline?
Okay, sure. There's a lot of shit going on around you.
The only reason I asked that is because it is an inability for me. Those 3 specifically. But I got to be true to the sheet, and so I have an inability in patience, willpower, and discipline.
Okay. I listen. I think you can flavor this as being very impulsive and
beautiful,
undisciplined, if you'd like.
It is very undisciplined. To give a little bit of perspective on where the doctor is at. The doctor, one of the things that they were yelling at Narcissa was like, you think that you can do better than me, but I gave you the ground to start on. I gave you that platform. I handed you all of these, not being very kind, but like you took my trash and made something of it. That doesn't make you a master creator. but there is that little bit of like, oh fuck, like what if she's right and she is that much better than me? And again, as happened in the last session, the doctor is somebody who says, if you are going to steal my things, then I'm going to break your toys. And so I am waking up Emmett because I want to be awful, a terrible person. So
Yeah, you can do that.
that's
And that's not being patient or disciplined.
no, it's really not. There's no thought. There's
I think
no
you're
thought.
chilling.
So 15 is the target number?
Yeah.
I'm so scared. That's a 17.
Okay. Yeah. No, but after like you seemed to only be concerned with shit talking Narcissa, she pretty much ignored you from that point forward. And honestly, everybody else has also like very pressing things for them. I don't think anybody notices that while you're carrying Emmett, you are poking around.
I think at the end of the day, the doctor works in a very specific niche industry that they are the only provider, and they do it very secretively. So working in front of people without them catching attention is exactly what the doctor was like. That is the skill that they have honed. And so I think that I start to poke and prod, and I initially start to look for some kind of like boot up program that might be in there. Because she said that like she's really intentional about like when there are other people here, she kind of puts them in this weird stasis. So I want to turn that off.
There is
and
a lock that you find essentially
Ooh.
that pauses all neural function.
Can I just like not unlock it? Can I just like shatter the lock completely?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you could do that.
While I am poking and prodding, is there any sort of like recorded footage that I can pull that would be memories, if we're going to call them that in this form? Do I find
That you can
access to?
pull
I don't need to pull
from-
them, but like, can I see that they're there, and can I kind of mark where they are?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
And notably, this does not feel far off from your work.
Okay.
Like just people. Yeah. As you shatter this lock, every single file starts moving and working. And like the file structures are being constantly rewritten. It's pretty baffling to be like there. You get pretty much force kicked out of this system.
Okay.
As you hear in your ear, what Narcissa Alpha?
Can I want to use an ability, Heart, but I think that I would have to wait until next turn because it is an action. So,
I think this, what you did here, was an
Okay.
action. But what I
Okay.
will say is that he is not like woken up fully yet, in the
Perfect.
sense of like moving around. So nobody has noticed because he
Okay.
is still limp over your shoulder and is like groggily saying things while people are screaming.
I'm not
Um,
going to respond to him at all. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Okay. Narcissa has taken a proper beating from all of you this round. And once again screams. This time the floor doesn't start falling apart. The floor shatters. And the walls also shatter. And everything below you shatters. The trisected area that you had explored before, that you had found the files in, it all shatters. And you see where you are. Because you are miles and miles above Sekpar City. Above the top of Enginesoft Tower. You can see Hyunicore campus from here. You can see downtown. You can see the business district. Everything looks tiny. And you fall. For what feels like a long time, until you are all violently reintroduced to an invisible ground. It is the 6 of you. The 6 of you, you 4, Narcissa, and Emmett. In the sky, it's not like this floor is glass, this floor is imperceivable. You don't know how or why it is there necessarily. As she breaks out from that foothold that she was in by not really breaking out of it, but by destroying everything that was there. Grace, you're the closest. Could you make a speed defense roll for me, please?
That's fair. That's probably fair. What am I trying to hit?
Difficulty 5?
5? Okay, I do have speed defense as a
Nice.
skill. I think that's really all I can probably use here, though. Yeah, fuck it. Ooh, that's a 17.
Okay. It looks like she is just going to punch you, and at the last second, she flashes her glitching knife. And tries to kind of catch you off guard with it. You were going to dodge the punch pretty nimbly anyways. So she does swing and miss.
Yeah, I don't think Grace doesn't look worried about the punch, just like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then sees the knife coming back, like, up from the dodge, and is like, kind of physically panicking a little bit, actually, at that.
Mm-hmm. At the end of her turn, you don't notice it at first because there is no floor that is perceivable to you. She's taller than she was. And as you look down, you notice that she is floating, maybe? Standing higher than you, certainly. Who'd like to take a turn?
Are we no longer, we can assume that we're no longer in the sort of, what's it called? The sub world that is
Private
away.
server?
The private server. That's the,
Yeah.
I don't have.
It looks
the
like you
brain
have
cell
made
today.
you're good. It looks like you have made the connection to the main server in an incredibly roundabout way. Yes.
Okay, all right, this is fine. I'm gonna take a solid step back, and I'm going to send an instant message. Now that that's a possibility.
who?
I'm gonna open a chat with one Anessa Hartfield.
Okay. You do have her cell.
I do.
That is how big you are. You do have Vanessa Hartfield's cell phone number, the CEO of EngineSoft. What would you like to say?
I think Grace is sending something from her account to Anessa. Your golden boy's in danger. You don't you may want to help clean this up. And is sending, I guess, the equivalent of like coordinates. And then afterward just sends a text that says, look up.
Yeah, you are directly above EngineSoft Tower. You don't get a response immediately,
fine.
I will say. But we will follow back up with that
Oh, yeah.
certainly.
Sorry about it.
Anything from anybody else?
The rest of us are falling still, or are we?
No, you have hit the ground.
Okay.
It was painful, but didn't do damage.
Okay. And I notice this woman is becoming giant woman and floating.
Seems like at least one of those two things has to be true.
¿Por qué no los dos? I think Hyena like just looks around, realizes that he's like floating in the air, and just like, oh fuck, what the hell is even? I don't even know. Okay, and just I'm gonna try and shoot her again. speed
Okay,
still?
yeah.
Because ranged
Yes.
weapon, I will reduce it by 1 this time. Because I am running out of speed points. I need to
Gotcha.
have a few of those. So it's
Yep.
4, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I don't know if this is gonna do anything, but we'll see, right? No, a 7's not gonna do anything. Respectable 7.
You shoot in the same way you had before. It seems like whatever happened to her body when she broke away from everything has affected this somehow, because it seems like a couple of these things should have hit her and they didn't. That's all I will say on that topic for now.
Does it? Okay. Does it look like they went through her, or I just?
Or something blocked them.
Okay.
Is what I'll say.
Okay, guys, this is getting worse and worse the more we let this go on. So if anyone has like a super secret bomb or something,
I took
Give
my
me
turn
my
this round.
knife,
Sorry.
please.
I mean, yeah, Grace still has it. She looks a little busy. But I don't think it would be difficult for you to grab off of her.
Yeah, I think Orca will just take the knife. Is she too far in the air for us to reach at the moment, or?
Not at all. She's like a
Okay.
couple inches higher than you guys, but is slowly rising.
You know, I won't get flashy with it. I'm just gonna lunge at her with the Andromeda's blade.
Okay. Difficulty 5 check.
Trained in knife.
Okay. Difficulty 4 check.
Okie dokie dokie dokie. There's an 18 on the die.
You plunge this knife into her, and she screamed a couple times. She doesn't seem like she's been shot or stabbed a lot in the net.
No.
This scream is different. It is a like a guttural shriek, and part of the way through it, it begins to glitch. Her whole body, more than before, begins to glitch and become unstable, as it looks like she begins to fall apart. This is what I'm going to say. She is actively falling apart right now. You guys have to survive 2 rounds. And then she will fall apart.
What do you mean survive, Hart?
The moment this blade plunges into Narcissa, this does not require vision. I need everybody to make a DC, or not DC, sorry, a difficulty 6. This is 1 higher. This is one of the fractal things I was talking about, as it involves her domain.
domain expansion.
Difficulty 6, intellect defense.
Oh, intellect, easy peasy. I'm gonna drop that by 2 for 2 points to difficulty 4.
I'm gonna drop it 1.
I'm gonna drop it 1 for having a skill in intellect defense. So,
Okay.
there's that.
I will drop it by 2.
Okay.
Ugh.
Trying to remember how edge works. How many do I need to
That
drop
is
it?
by the skin of my neck success at a 12.
Edge reduces it by 1 total. So like you can't apply it to every single one, but instead of being 3, 5, 7, it would be 2, 4, 6.
Okay. I'll knock
I
it
got
down
us.
by-
I got a 17. So
Nice.
Huge.
So 2 successes so far. Kit and Kian.
I got a 2.
Oh, hey, come on.
Fail with me. Fail with me, kid.
Yeah, that's a 7. So
Yes.
Orca and Hyena, you feel this wave just emanate from her as she screams and something is blown off. You feel wind at you like a force blast, genuinely. Nothing else happens for you two. The other two of you are hit with this force, and one of you is used to having other people's memories in you. The other isn't. You see years being violently put into and taken out of your mind, just flashing by in a fraction of a second. You see Narcissa as a child. You see Rose Talia, who you know as Rose Talia, looking up. You see creating a server. You see toiling over a desk. You see Emmett. You see Alpha. You see yourselves. You both take 5 intellect damage.
I'm quickly running out of that.
Harp, what the fuck?
Listen, it's one more round after this.
That's all.
Don't worry, you can survive being out of one resource.
It's the only resource I use.
The resource I'm built around? That one?
Did we all make intellect characters? I just want to put that on the table
I-
now in the finale.
Yeah.
Oops, all smarty pants.
I
Yeah, we
somehow
all
made
make
a
a
warrior
smart-
that's
smart little guy.
int-based. And I don't know how I did it. It was a bad idea, I'm
Yeah.
realizing now.
We're different kinds of intellect. It's okay.
Before we move to the next round, the doctor still has an action.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking do it because I'm out of my shit, Harp.
Sorry.
Do it before you're
How-
out of shit.
I know, but now I'm like, do I just need to do a recovery? How awake does Buddy Boy seem?
Certainly more awake after that.
Did he seem
Uh,
impacted by whatever the fuck
yeah.
just happened? Oh,
Yeah, for
shit.
sure. And he begins to like wiggle in an attempt to be put down.
Shit.
And it just goes, wait, is that Narcissa? And starts to do that. He hasn't seen, you're holding him like his head is away
Yes.
from everything. So the
Yes.
only thing he has perceived is a bunch of Narcissa's memories flooding in and out of him, and then hearing her scream. So he is pretty concerned.
Okay. The doctor is thinking. I'm sorry, Kit. This feels
Ah.
really fucked up.
Do it.
But the doctor is thinking, I haven't had my chance to experiment on this yet. She can't have it back yet. She's not like Narcissa can't have it back. I need my chance to poke and prod. So I would like to use my spin identity ability. I convince intelligent creatures who can hear, see, and understand that I am someone or something other than who I actually am. It cannot be a specific person, but I would like to start telling Emmett, Narcissa asked me to get you out of here safely. You have to come with me. Like, she's going to be okay. Basically trying to convince Emmett that I am somebody that Narcissa trusts.
Okay.
Um,
I think you can do this.
It is, I do have to roll. I'm spending my
Okay,
last 2
okay.
intelligence to use this, so I can't, I have nothing that I can use to, I'm trained in persuasion, if you want to give me that.
This is
I
for
don't know
sure
if that
persuasion.
counts. Okay, so whatever
I feel
difficulty,
like it's for
fucked
sure
one.
persuasion.
What am I aiming for? So I know if I'm sad as soon as I see the number.
I think he's a bit frazzled. I'll say it's baseline difficulty 3. I think
Okay,
because
so down to 2.
he was forcefully put to sleep. There had to have been somebody in there, right? Why not? You know, getting something out. You know?
Okay. Whew, that's a 13. Okay.
He goes, okay, did you all change? Is it okay for me to be? Oh, and then kind of sees that he is miles in the sky. What the fuck?
Don't freak out. Don't
And
freak
begins
out.
to
Just
kind of, I'm kind of freaking out right now. I'll
I
follow
know,
you.
I know.
Okay.
Just keep your head down. We're just gonna try to quietly get out of here. Just try not to be too noticeable.
Okay, I can walk on my own if you want me to.
It's
for sure.
probably they won't think that you're awake if you keep leaning on me. Okay.
Oh.
Just
Okay.
keep your head down.
Grace?
Oh fuck. Shit. Fuck. Shit. The doctor.
I think that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, the doctor freezes.
I think that's the end of your turn.
Shit.
It is the next round. What actions is everybody taking?
Just point of order. Was any of that audible?
No.
I
The
intentionally-
doctor is
I was gonna
pretty
say.
far away from you guys,
Okay.
and Narcissus is actively screaming as she's being deconstructed.
It's probably for the best. It's probably good.
If no one will stop me, I will try to shoot her again.
Yeah, please do.
If it works, it works, you know?
Yeah. Oh
I
wait.
don't think
I'll
we
say if
need
this
to interrupt
succeeds,
this
the next check
process.
will be not easier, but like less consequenceful.
Okay, so speed, I will reduce that by. Ooh, do I want to do that? Because it'll take my. If I reduce it by 2, my speed becomes 1. Yes, we're gonna do that because it's all I can do is try to make this work. Okay, so now it's down to 3, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh boy, let's see if this works. That's a big old 4 right there.
Okay. It's different from the last time you shot, because the last time you shot is like something blocked it. This time you did shoot and it did kind of go through as she's like glitching, like one frame she's like right here, and another frame she's over there. It is difficult to hit.
Anyone else capable of shooting whatever she is at this point?
I don't use guns.
Well, do something.
I did.
Well, do it again.
I can't.
We don't have time for this. Sword.
Okay. Difficulty 5.
For sure. I would like to spend a might point and to do extra damage if this works, please.
For sure.
Excellent. No whammies. Ooh, that's an 11.
Okay. Damn. It's the same
Damn.
deal. You swing where you think she is going to be, and she is fully not there. That's just kind of what it seems like she is up to right now.
It's kind of her vibe at the moment.
Orca.
I'm gonna propose something that is 100% not how this is meant to be used.
Okay.
So, cards on the table. I'd like to preface this with that. Can I use
Okay.
stasis in an attempt to contain or mitigate the effects of her next explosion? Because it does state that it surrounds them in a goofy little energy.
You can, but it's going to be an intellect roll of 5.
That's so fine. I'm so
Okay.
okay with that.
Okay, sure.
3 intellect points to use it. An intellect roll of 5. I'm gonna spend my 2 points to lower it to a 3.
I think you can only use your edge once per action. So if your edge is already reducing the cost of it,
I thought it was. Is it not by effort? Have I misunderstood?
I thought it was by effort.
okay. Oh yeah, you can only do effort per. Yeah. Sorry.
So I'll reduce that to a 3. That's a 14 against a 9.
Yeah. It seems you can she is still glitching. It is a bit slower now. and therefore a little bit more predictable for everybody. Which is good, because after that last wave of everything went out, there is a difference in her eyes and how she looks. It seems as if her mental faculties pretty much exploded with that. And she is just screaming now. And she is still moving. Not just glitching, but also like moving and trying to swing at things. She stops that as another wave goes out. Can we make a speed defense roll?
No.
Nope, we can't do that.
I can, but should
speed
I?
Defense.
Is that for everyone?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the same situation as before.
Difficulty 5.
Yep.
Alright, let's make
Knocking
it a
that down
4
with a speed skill.
at the cost of my potential debilitation. Okay,
It's
it
knocking
paid
down
off.
for.
Always gamble big. I rolled a 12.
Got a 4.
God damn it.
That's...
Doctor and Galahad?
I got a
Uh,
14, but I brought it down 1 because I'm trained in speed defense.
Great.
I got a 10, but I brought it down 2 for speed defense and for
Okay.
the pool.
So it's a 9. So Hyena is the one that fails this.
Oh no.
Riffraff.
Riffraff!
Does he bring it down
Hi.
another one for
Surely-
Riffraff?
Surely Riffraff brings it down.
Just
to
bringing it down
51.
another one.
That's
Help?
still, I still only got a 7.
Oh, no,
Come on.
Riffraff.
Oh, a 4.
Riffraff, please,
A 4.
your only hope. Riffraff, give us an hour.
Riffraff,
Hold on.
Um,
Yeah!
yeah. Yes.
you gotta
That's what
put
I'm
an
talking
hour
about.
command in-
That
in
man's can fit so
Twitch.
many wows in him.
Wow. Yeah. Hyena. Everybody else, you feel this like jolt of draining energy. It's weird. Like you are energized for a second and then it's sapped out of you and it's just kind of jarring. Hyena, you get this like jolt of energy and you try and stand up and then it is sapped from you and you fall. Or like you try to make a move, I guess, with this against her. But something is sapped from you and you fall. You take, let's see, stasis reduces it by, let's say 2. So you take 3 speed damage.
That's my worst one.
Yeah. Next one's gonna be Might.
Does that so that puts me just for damage purposes. Does that make
Yeah.
me go into negatives or does it just go to 0?
So it carries over to the next stat, which in this case is Might.
Okay, so that goes to that, and then put. And how much damage you said? 3, 4?
Yeah, 3 total.
3. Okay. Thankfully, might is actually really good for me at this moment, but I still have 0 speed, which does mean I'm impaired, if I remember correctly.
Welcome to Impaired Gang.
Rise up.
All right, you all get one more action for this fight, and then it's the final blast.
Is she still in her stasis thing?
Yeah, she is still moving slower. It seems
Okay.
like it should be easier to hit her,
Okay.
although it will break if she's hit.
So I'm just gonna fucking do what I did in the beginning of this fight. I want to use my Drain Creature ability. That cost me 2 intellect points since I have
Doesn't
4
that
right.
take a minute?
It
to move
does.
around?
You're right. Damn it. She has to
Sorry.
be fully. No, it's fine.
Sorry.
You're holding me to the truth of this game, and I just wanted to data drain her ass, and that didn't happen. So I guess
You can get a chance.
maybe. Fuck it. Everyone else do a thing and while I'm thinking about it.
Is there anywhere to go?
There's everywhere to go, it seems like. You're not finding an edge to this floor, although I don't know how hard you're trying to find one.
I mean, I am still guiding us away from the chaos.
You don't hit a wall or a drop off, thankfully.
Okay. if I pause and glance back, does Narcissa see me? Is she looking? Is she at all interested in me?
She seems preoccupied.
Okay, good. Does anybody else see me? I'll leave that
That's
to
up
the
for them to
cast
decide.
Yeah. I have been noticeably not present, but I'm also not a fighter, so I don't know if y'all would have clocked that and been wondering where the doctor was.
That seems like a good course of action, maybe, for the doctor.
It'll just determine what I do next if people are looking at me. Orca or Hyena?
Orc is very focused on keeping her contained.
I was just hurt a lot. So fuck no. I don't know what you're doing.
Wonderful. I cannot find an end to this floor. I am worried that somebody is going to see me, and I am worried that whatever Narcissa is about to do is going to send us all crashing very quickly to the ground. And again, there are things for me to learn. So I would like to go back to poking and prodding, and I would like to try and find whatever core. Well, okay, wait. Does Emmett say, "Do you know Grace"?
Yeah.
'Cause that will also change things. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit.
I for sure says that.
The doctor does freeze and kind of glances over at Emmett.
Are you with her? Does she? No, probably not. Never mind. Sorry. It's. Where are we going?
Does she what?
We can talk about it later.
I know that you
So-
don't understand this, but your existence is on the line depending on how you answer that question. Does she what?
Think I'm him, me. I don't know. I'm not gonna look, but what's happening to Narcissa?
Are you on her side? I need to know right now, are you more loyal to Narcissa or Grace?
Grace, easily. But Narcissa isn't. She's just wrong in a couple. I don't know.
You can say a lot. She's wrong in a lot of ways. I think we can
She's
agree on that.
also
Misguided,
well-
misled, sure. She's gonna kill a lot of people. We can say she's
talk.
wrong.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, let's go wherever we're going, please. I don't like being this high up.
Terrible news. I don't know that I can get us down from this right now.
What are we doing?
Narcissa is trying. I was trying to get you to safety, and the doctor is not looking at him when they say that. I was trying to get you to safety.
Okay.
Because Narcissa is trying to kill Grace.
He turns around.
I that's fine. I'm not letting go. I can't stop him from turning, but I'm holding on. I do not want him to run out of my hands.
This is going to be your role. Make a contested might.
Oh
or
my
a might check. It's
god,
not contested,
Harp.
but make a might roll of 6. He is Galahad. He is literally Galahad.
He is Galahad. Okay, I'm gonna spend. I have 1 edge and might, so I'm gonna
Okay.
spend 2 to drop that down to a 5, and I've got 2 XP. No, I don't, because we leveled up last time. Is that right? Am I making that up? Do I have XP? I need to know if I can reroll.
You probably have
I think your XP carries over.
Okay.
XP carries over because I just said let's get a flat level up.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, so that was a 5. I rolled a 13, so I'm gonna spend an XP to reroll.
Okay.
Am I allowed to reroll more than once?
I think it's just once per roll.
Okay. Harp, I don't want this to go bad. Shit.
Let's tell a story.
I know, and I hate that. Okay. It's a DC, what is it? Oh, do I need to respend to keep it
No.
dropped?
No,
Okay.
it's just a reroll of the die.
So 5, so I need a 15 on the dice. Oh, I just threw that. That's a natural
bad?
1. I hate everything.
He
I'm gonna lose my toy
Falls.
before I had a chance.
falls out of your hands and looks back to perceive things. And starts to run towards the commotion.
If I have time, I'm just going to yell as loud as I can Grace's name. Because I want her to see what is happening.
All right,
Because
let's
it's one
kick it
thing-
over.
It's one thing if I poke and prod, it's another if I send her brother into the line of fire. Totally unprotected. I'll feel really bad about that.
Grace, you hear the doctor shout Grace, and you see your brother, not Galahad, but your brother, running towards you.
Oh man. Yeah, no, because Grace would absolutely look back and I think just is frozen for a second, just kind of staring at him, and still looks like has the Galahad, Sona on or whatever. And I think this is the moment when you all see what Grace looks like, or what Echo looks like, because she wants to make sure that Emmett knows who she is. And I don't think she knows that this isn't Emmett, but it takes too long for that to click. The immediate reaction is like, oh shit, you caught me stealing your shit. It's me, I'm sorry. And so she drops the Galahad avatar. And it's nothing flashy. She doesn't have any, fancy mods or flashy colors or anything, but it's clearly somebody who, in the real world kind of looks like Emmett, but just sort of made an avatar that kind of looks like them, but slightly cooler. And I don't think she says anything. I don't think she can. I think she's just staring, and she should probably be looking back at Narcissa because she's probably gonna get hit, but she's just staring.
Hyena and Orca, would you two like to do anything right now?
I will let Hyena go first because I have a very particular thing I would like to do or try.
I will. I guess I will shoot because it's all I got. I did remember that I have my lucky pool, and I can use those points for my speed. So I'm gonna try again. And I'm like, third time's a motherfucking charm. Reduce it by 1 by taking 2 of my speed points because I have still one edge in there. Oh boy, no, that dice will fuck me over. I know it will. I can feel it in my bones. This is the one that gave me a good roll last time. I was at 4, right?
Yeah.
That means I had to get a 12?
12, yeah.
Haha, 14, motherfuckers. Yeah!
You do this, you shout third time's the charm, and you just blast upwards at her. You time it perfectly. And she is shot through the skull. All the way through. As her screaming stops. She is still falling apart. That did not stop whatever process is about to happen, but it killed her. Orca, as you see all of this happen, is there anything else?
This is her last hurrah, right? Her body is getting ready to
Yes.
fully deconstitute.
Yes.
Okay. Orca will turn to Grace, to Echo. Do you want your brother back?
That's
Yes
not
or
him.
no? We don't have
He is
time.
actively running towards her.
That's
It's
as
not-
him as you're going to get. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Uh,
And I think she looks just as shocked as everybody else that she has said this.
Harp, I'm gonna lay it out for you step by step. Orca will far step to intercept Emmett. Just brief enough that Orca can transfer the telepathy file, the thing that they're gonna use to pull us out, to Emmett. And then is going to contact Rose to get everybody out of here. Because dollars to donuts, this doesn't kill Orca. But the rest of them are as real as they're gonna get.
As Narcissa's body, the last remnants of it disperse into the air, can everybody make another DC 5 or a difficulty 5 roll? This one is strength.
I'm gonna spend 4 points to reduce that by 2.
16 on the die. I cannot reduce it further anymore.
I didn't need to do it because I got a 19, but I'm happy I did it anyway.
Nice, nice.
I got a 13.
I'm also gonna spend 4 to reduce it by 2. Because that's a lot. It's a 19.
Okay. Those of you who, or did anybody fail? Doctor failed?
Yeah.
Doctor failed. You feel your body briefly deconstitute, and it puts itself back together, but not quite right. You're going to take 5 points of might damage. As everybody sees the doctor kind of glitching a little bit, much in the same way as Narcissa, though much more stable, not falling apart. And as you realize that that was the last of Narcissa, the floor beneath you drops. You are all falling, as all of you except Orca hear in your ear, Ember. All right, I'm pulling you guys out. I'm pulling you out. I have signal. I've lost. Okay. As you all feel your bodies begin to disappear more neatly. Orca. Falling. There's no floor this time, except the one miles and miles beneath you.
It's tough. It's tough. Orca doesn't know if a fall can kill them. And she's started taking physical damage all of a sudden, so that's, that's weird. She's going to send an email to their mother. Well, their mother in all effects. Sorry, my friend got to our correspondence. I'm going to hit the ground really fast and really hard. If you can rebuild me, do it. But I would prefer if they thought I was offline, if you can.
You're typing this as you are plummeting through digital clouds. The top of Enginesoft Tower is moving at you, and it's moving at you fast. We're going to take a really quick break. everybody. It's a very late one, and I'm very sorry. But just the quickest of breaks. We'll be right back.
Be back in a few minutes. Get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom.
Cry a little bit.
Cry a little bit if you have to. Get a little sneaky snack. Do what you gotta do. We will see you very soon. Bye.
You
Actually,
better.
To claw my face off.
You
We're back-
fucking
We're
better.
back on Bansant.
Oh
Welcome
my
to
god.
Entropy
Bans cam.
Emporium. We're not doing Project Reach anymore. This is back on Bansant.
Can you
On
full screen?
CBS.
This is back to
I can't
Bans.
full screen Kit without completely silencing the rest of us.
That okay? And
Who's ready for the Black Void?
welcome back, everybody, to Project Reach. Never mind. Welcome back to
Now
more
you wanna-
Bansicam.
CBS on Tuesday,
sorry.
7, 8 Central.
She was so quiet over break, and now she has decided to be the star of the show. I apologize.
No, she is wonderful and she can do no wrong.
It's true.
You all deconstitute, right? Oh my god. Everybody, as they teleport, they get teleported by some of the best technicians in the business. You just killed this entity that had been killing people for years, that killed your brother, and then remade him something like him, certainly. It's all a bit surreal, and I think, Grace, as you phase out of the sky, I think you're the only person that got a close up and saw and knows everything Orca did.
Oh.
As you all reappear, your vision fades in on the inside of a Prius, but it's not the interior of a Prius. It's more of a limo seating situation.
We have been in a limo Prius this whole fucking time, Harp.
Well,
You never described it like
It's
that.
the
You can't
outside.
just make-
The outside of it is a Prius, and the inside of it, it's like a clown car situation. It's
You
like
can't end your
non-Euclidean
dramatic
Fucking phenomenal.
monologue on you wake up in a fucking Prius. You can't say that to me.
2017, Prius.
It's
good model.
vintage, y'all.
As somebody who drives a Prius, Harp, it immediately makes things less dramatic. When you involve a Prius,
You have to remember.
Well, it
the
doesn't look like
a
is
Prius from the inside.
70 years old at this point.
It doesn't look like a Prius from the inside. It just looks like one from the outside, so they can avoid being detected.
But you can feel it in your
Um,
soul that it's a Prius. We know.
Yeah, there's actually a
There's a sort of
there's
ambient
big
vibe.
text on the front. Yeah, there's big text on like the dashboard that just says Prius.
It just says, remember, you're in a Prius.
Yeah, you can't forget it. As Nova is looking back at all of you, her vision is trained on Emmett. But doesn't seem immediately hostile. She's not like, what the fuck is going on here? It seems like they got some sort of readings that something was up, and she is just like figuring out what that exactly is. Hello, everybody.
I think we did it.
Did you? She's gone?
I shot a lady in the head and then she screamed, so yeah.
That will do it. And the files?
They're gone.
I assume Orca? What happened to Orca? Is it the files? Were there too much?
No, kid handled that like a champ. And Hyena like looks at Emmett. He looks like they just had different priorities, I guess.
Emmett is like shell shocked right now. Doesn't really know what's going on. Something must have gone wrong. I really shouldn't be here. I don't think.
No, you should.
What?
She said they could bring her back. That was Orca. And there's like a dawning look of panic of like, oh shit, I killed Orca.
Don't be overly dramatic.
Yeah. Nova, in kind of an attempt to lighten the mood. Yeah, I mean, Orca can come back. It'll just it'll be my head on the line, my wife will kill me. That's the Should we go back to HQ?
Might as well. I didn't exactly like having my brain blasted with whatever that was.
She is a lot. Nothing if not excessive, I guess.
Was.
Yeah, was. The car ride is a little awkward. All of you are kind of processing this, decompressing in your own way. Emmett, or whatever you want to call him looks like he doesn't know what to say. But like, I think the doctor, your just like general perception is like Emmett keeps like deciding he wants to say something and then changing his mind. As if he really can't find the words.
I glance at him and any semblance of tact that the doctor has ever had is gone. And just says, I guarantee whatever it is that you want to say, it's not going to make this situation any worse. Just spit it out. Today, preferably.
Okay,
We've had a very
sorry.
long day.
Sorry, yeah. I feel like I know you very well. But I don't know if I do. And I'm sure if you know everything, this is weird for you too. I don't want to overstep anything. I know I'm not me, but I missed you. I think. I don't know if that's what you can call it, but I did. You don't have to say anything. I know it's probably more for you than it is for me. I've had a lot of time to deal with this. I'm normally not. This is the first time I've been nervous in a long time, you know? Because I feel like I'm sorry, I'm saying too much, but I feel like I'm talking to my baby sister, but I'm sorry. I don't even know how long I'm gonna be able to stick around. She would always say something about the servers. Maybe, I don't know, I'm still here. You don't have to say anything. And just looks at his feet. You're muted. Okay, sorry.
Fuck. I think Grace is quiet, obviously, for an awkward amount of time. Pointedly not looking at this fool. But after a sufficiently awkward period of silence, I missed him too. You're not him. I know you're not him. We can stop pretending like that's something that you have to be. That doesn't mean you're not someone. Doesn't mean you're not kind of my brother. Just a different one, I guess.
You know, she thought, she convinced herself that you'd be happy to see me. She convinced herself that she was, you know, doing something good by you. That wasn't why she did any of it, I don't think, but she was really sure, and I tried to tell her. that's not you. But it's nice to meet you, I guess.
It's nice to meet you too.
You know, your outfit suited you.
I mean, I stole it from your closet, so. I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Does this mean you want, like, the account back? Or,
We can figure that out later. I don't even know if the server's gonna shut down soon or like any of that stuff.
let me handle the server.
Okay.
If you want to stick around, I'll make that happen.
Thank you.
We're gonna
If,
have to.
Sorry.
We're gonna have to find something else to call you, though. I can't.
Yeah.
There can't be two in my brain. I don't think I can function like that.
I gotcha. No
We'll
worries.
figure it out.
Yeah. He starts to say something when he is interrupted by a loud buzz of your transmitter. And it's from Inessa Hartfield, and it just says, "What?"
Oh, fuck! I forgot I did that.
And you get a call.
I screen it.
There is a lot of concerned yelling happening.
I'm not answering this call. I'm screening this call. I'm sending her.
Oh, okay.
I'm sending Inessa Hartfield a voicemail.
Okay.
And who's in the car who's in the Prius with us currently? Is Cass?
It is
over here?
the four of you, Casanova and Ember.
Okay. All right. Cool. Hey Nova.
Yeah. What's up?
How much does Inessa know about all of the back end shenanigans?
I really don't know. I can talk to Andre Hyuna. I can talk to other people, but she hates me, so I don't know much about her.
Is she gonna like you more when she knows that we killed the thing that was trying to kill everybody, or is she gonna hate that?
Probably gonna be rather upset with me, at least. I don't know if she knew about everything Narcissa was doing, but we did break into her building and kill her kind of chief of security, and also the person who kind of did all of their security.
I can work with that. Actually, I can work with that. I need to take a call. And I think if you'll allow me some goofy shenanigans, Brace goes on mute. like outwardly in the voice chat is on mute to have this private call, so you can see her like talking and like trying to like very animatedly work through a lot of things really quickly while she's on the phone with Inessa, but does not want to have this like yelling conversation in the car. That feels unkind.
Okay. You fucking pick up. What is going on?
So we ran into remember those security issues that y'all were perhaps.
And I have to ask you something.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
A lot has happened to Grace today.
A lot has happened.
She hasn't really taken off the disguise in the net. Do you think she remembers to put like whatever voice that he had on as she answers Inessa.
So here's the thing.
Hmm?
I did specifically text her as Grace.
Okay.
So she is answering this phone as
Gotcha.
Grace. And we're gonna get a little bit audacious with this, perhaps.
Okay.
The
Gotcha.
story is essentially all of these security issues that you've been having. Obviously, my brother contacted me. I'm the brains of the family, trying to figure out if somebody's actually coming after him. Somebody was. It was your chief of security. She's no longer a threat. I see you have a vacancy. The audacity is coming out, but Grace does not have the brain cell anymore. So much has happened today, I might as well shoot my shot and try to fix this in a way that makes sense, because she's going to figure out that Emmett is not the Emmett that used to Emmett.
Yeah.
I need to cover some sort of track here.
I think you're about halfway through the story.
Yeah.
And she's like, Grace.
Yeah.
I know.
And you know the severity of what just went down.
Yeah. This is not great for me. I didn't know she
No.
was doing all of that.
No, but it's a nice story to spin the presses, you know, finding a leak like that.
Yeah, I don't love the idea of spinning the presses against EngineSoft like that. Can I be honest? Not my biggest thumbs up.
Then we don't have to tell anybody.
Yeah. Hey, Grace, do you remember what I said earlier to you when you came up this morning?
Yeah.
That I would like to see your little sister sometime. I don't know how much more blunt I can be with you, really. Having Galahad is good for us. Obviously, having Galahad is good for us. So, are you planning to do both things for us? Are you planning to fight and do our security? Is that what you're offering here?
I'm gonna have to have a talk with someone about the Galahad situation.
Okay.
But I think I might be able to find something that satisfies both.
All right. My calendar's free for whenever you need it.
Yeah, expect a meeting invite
Okay.
in there. I'll be in touch.
And I think we're going to zoom out on that car driving perfectly normally through the street. Days pass. A couple of them. Hyena. A lot just happened. Even though it's 2 days later, you know, that's still a pretty big event. That's pretty once in a lifetime stuff up until this point, even though you've done some crazy shit. It's not all bad. You drained a lot of data from this person who had, from what you can tell, all of it. And from this data, Narcissa was the first person that you found that didn't have any identifying information.
Yeah, it's like she didn't actually exist.
14 is the number of people you find without identification in the net. As you are, I think maybe you took a little bit to, decompress, re-up all of your security measures, everything like that. I think you're just now realizing how you can decode this. and how you can maybe find more and more and more data that was hidden to everything.
You see Hyena in the real world. Like, you see a man just sitting at a desk, blue light flashing on his face, cracks his knuckles, and goes, "Okay, time to see what havoc I can cause," and just starts hackermanning his way as he is going to now try to, because he can't identify these 14 people, but he wants to start tracking them. And you can see he has a list of contacts up, and it's like various people we have never seen, but it is the doctor, it is Grace, and maybe because it's been so recently, a picture of Orca with a question mark.
I mean, everything starts to fall into place. There are times where you get stuck on, how you can find things. Sometimes there's just not enough data. You start to work on, like, finding hidden data. These open up a whole new thing of decrypting. It's a new world in front of you, and even though there's not a lot of people in that new world, the implications are pretty huge.
Let's get to it.
Right as you do, you get a buzz on your phone. The doctor. You have... How has the doctor gone about this afterwards? Do you think it's business as usual? Do you think it's more focused? What's up?
They try to do business as usual. They try to just look and see what appointments they had to reschedule over the last 2 days and call that person up and tell them I have a slot for you. And I think pulling that first memory since all of this happened, there is a certain level of recognition of the clinical way that they approach this. Like, there's this moment of like, I'm holding this memory, and it was always just like, yeah, whatever, this is something that I can use. And now they've seen, I can see what these become. This has the potential to become a person. And I think we from like kind of a side and behind camera angle, the doctor just staring at the data that is this memory that they have just pulled. And then they kind of smile because the gears are turning on how to turn this into something and how to grow and do more than what Narcissa could do. And so I think it's a redoubling down on efforts. And I think that probably the only evidence of this is that they become really selective in the memories that they'll work with, because they have a better understanding of, well, how did Alpha become so developed? And some of them didn't make it that far. So what was the basis? And so they'll be pretty selective. And I think that they're going to lean really, really heavy into the research of it.
Hell yeah. There's truly what you got from looking at Narcissa's work. The first thing you got is that, one, it's possible, right? Second thing you got is, wow, this is really advanced. The third thing you got is that you're not that far off. Doctor, you are working on refining one algorithm, because how those files moved around when Emmett woke up is not something you'll forget. You get a buzz on your phone. Grace. A lot has happened in the last couple days, including, not the least of which, a screaming match with Inessa Hartfield, the CEO of EngineSoft.
Mm-hmm.
A introduction question mark of somebody who already knows everybody but is new. A secret being kept. And a server still running. Inessa's keys go into the door. Alright. I know this is not the first time you've been up here. But, this is everything. I would say something like, we'll make sure you don't do anything out of line. Normally, I don't hire an unknown person. There'd be a lot of questions regarding that, but you know what happened last time. You also know how that ended last time, so I hope that'll be motivation enough to keep things on the up and up.
Yeah, I think I can handle it.
Do you know that me and my friend Lane, when we were developing the net, we had the idea arena fighting. Thought it was pretty cool. What I'm trying to say, I guess, is you were pretty good.
I had big shoes to fill.
Listen, what do you want, Grace? You tell me. You want this room? You want everything she had access to? Do you want to become a fighter? Your fighter this time, not his. I've personally seen enough Emmett Arthurs for, a while for me.
Her data would be a start. I'll see how much time all of this leaves me for the rest of it.
Understand her data means her responsibilities too, right? I don't mean everything she did. I mean, if we give you all of it, we will expect from you what we expected from her.
And what's that? Aside from keeping this place locked tight.
This place locked tight, every other place locked tight. Make sure this Emmett doesn't get killed. Make sure you don't kill anybody, I guess.
Yeah, I don't plan to let any of that happen.
Glad to hear it. She was convincing. Too smart for me to say no to. Should have known better, obviously. I'll leave you to it. You already have your paperwork filled out, so just have to kind of transfer it over.
Yeah, for honoring that. Thanks. I know it benefits this place to keep things quiet, but thanks.
Hey, listen, as long as you're keeping everything stable and under wraps, it is the least I can do. When she begins to leave you in this room. When you showed up as him, I thought about saying something. But I didn't. As she closes the door behind her.
Grace gets to work.
As you see the server that you had gone into not but 2 days ago, you reach out to touch it. You get a buzz on your phone. Orca. You wake up. You still remember everything. Hello? Hey? Orca? As there's a light kind of pointed at your vision. Orca? You're muted, JT. Sorry.
Hello?
Hi. Hi.
Hello, I'm live. Good morning. Ooh,
Orca.
ooh.
You could have told me.
Told you what?
What you were doing. Sorry, you're waking up. I don't mean to overload you, but you've never had a problem like that before.
Was
Feeling
it?
all right?
Was it difficult to rebuild me?
You know who you're talking to, right?
But you had a basis to work with.
Oh, I had a basis this time. Your friend, my wife told me your friend had a meeting with Vanessa Hartfield, so I kind of snuck onto the roof and got you from there.
I see. So
They didn't have any security at the
without
time.
I'm functional without justice. The base file that I destroyed. I figured a piece of me had been taken.
No, you didn't need that. You didn't need that at all. Work, I promise you that. Whatever she told you was, I promise, not true. She's always been like that. I tried to tell people, but they didn't really believe me.
Did she build me? Or whatever I was supposed to be before you made off with it?
I don't like the implication of your language there. She designed the basis of your neural processes. Yes. But she didn't even do a third of the work that it took for you to be you. Oh. We didn't steal it. She called me so much saying that I stole it. We didn't steal it. I hope she didn't tell you that.
That's exactly what she told me. I think I need to be my own person for a bit. have reached an understanding of viruses and malware that I did not previously think possible, and I can't do this alone. But I can't do it with a company at my back.
So you're saying you can't be with Hyunicorn anymore?
Just for a while.
No, Orca. If you leave I can do something, but it's permanent, Orca.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Hello, Tater. Orca. I don't have kids. Don't really want to. But I've heard that part of that is letting go.
It is my understanding that while birds may leave their nest, they do not fully depart.
Well, Orca, we're not birds. Neither are you.
And I'm not a child.
I know. Sometimes it's nice to think. Orca, I can give you what you want. I just want to be sure that you want it.
I do. And I will call.
No. You can't do that. I'm very sorry. But don't feel bad. Really. If this is what you want, and crouches down a little bit to meet your eye level. Orca grabs her shoulder. If this is what you want, please don't look back. You'll be great.
I'm going to change my username after I leave. That way, even if someone does recover anything that you destroy, it won't be tied to me anymore.
Sounds good. She begins typing something in her laptop on her desk. Quick reboot will be all it needs.
I appreciate it, and I'm sorry.
Don't be. I'll see you sometime. Even if that's not literal, I guess. As your vision goes dark, Orca, and you wake up on a private server for a second. Not the private server you were in just 2 days ago. Not that I don't know how much of a perception of time you had while you were out. It probably just happened for you. But a different one. Where a familiar face goes, all right, everything's online? Okay, sure. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
I was given this file, anonymously, told how to boot. It wasn't too hard. I just want to make sure that it's you. And you see one of the programmers from Illumina. You have pretty perfect memory. Her name was Morrigan. Are all your functions correct?
I feel normal.
Well, that's good enough for me. All right, you want out of here?
Please.
And you go into the back of the building, the one that you had gone to, but 3 days ago to get briefed. Okay, hi. What can I call you?
I think you can call me Ornicus.
Ornicus. Great. I was told that while we have the resources, I was given. Okay, I'm gonna be totally transparent with you. I was given a lot of money to do this. We gotta sneak you out.
That won't be an issue.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go. And she does the worst, like, trying to be casual walk possible, but power walks through there, and you don't seem to attract too much attention. As she's at the front doors. Okay, bye, and don't let Rose see you.
Of course. Thanks, Morgan.
Yeah, no problem. And also, I'm not supposed to talk to you again ever. Also, but yeah, bye. It was good to know you.
You have my number if you ever want to break that rule.
Okay, actually, she gets this look on her face. I actually should call a couple people. As she walks back inside. Orca, you walk onto the streets of Sekpar City. I think that's where Project Reach Extraction ends.
Hell yeah.
Ah!
Hell yeah.
Ah! We did it. We extracted.
We
Yes.
did extract.
We did more than extract. We destroyed.
We extracted several
fucking
things.
wrecked, dude.
It was wow. This session was fucking wild. I had like a million thoughts on how this might go, and this was none of them. Not even close.
Listen, when Jeet got a natural 20 on the oh shit, you don't want the bad thing to happen.
I
was-
lost it.
Fully
The
prepared
dice.
for my character to die. Like, to be honest, I was like, "There's no way I hit this." That's a
would've been
1
rough.
in 10 chance. That is a 10% probability rate.
I mean,
Yeah.
dice don't actually care, so there's no memory. It's just, you know,
Right.
it could happen or, you know, not.
The dice have no memory, but they do have a story they want to tell. And by God, they told it tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you everybody so much for watching and playing in Project Reach Extraction. I'm so happy with what we've built together. Is this the end for Project Reach? We don't know. There's a chance. I don't know how much extracting will be going on in the future, but
Different subtitle,
That's why
baby.
it's after the colon. It's a sub. It can change.
but yeah, we'll figure it out. For now, we have an extended break. While we decide if or what we want to do. Let's go around in a circle for one last time. Let's go Kit, then Jeet, then Logan. Or no, sorry, because Jeet has to be last. Oh my god.
I was about to
Yeah,
get
alright.
really upset.
All right, let's just go after Jeet then. So let's go Logan, Kit, or Logan, Kian, Kit, then me. How about that? How's that sound? And then Jeet.
Okay, I will start us off. Hello, everyone. My name is Logan. I've said that a couple of times. You can catch me on the internet at Logan the GM. That's pretty much the only name that I go by nowadays. Come hang out with me as I talk about magical girls and giant robots. I also started a book club, which unfortunately had to take a quick hiatus. I am catching up on that. I'm also a member of Apochromatic Unlimited, all POC tabletop collective. We are getting ready to run a whole bunch of games as we get into June here. We will get a charity up. We've decided on one. We haven't announced it yet, but it's going to be a good time. And the last thing, I will mention it because I think Kit does this better, but I'm also part of a Magical Girl, podcast, a game of Girl by Moonlight, where I play Wolfsbane, and he's a fun guy who has totally a normal time in there, and it is called Bloom and Blight. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Join our Discord. I love watching people talk about my boy. It brings me so much joy. And I think with that, I toss it to Kit? No, just to Kian, right? No. Okay. Go, take it. I don't
Is it
want
mine? Okay.
Yours.
Kit started to shake their head, and I was like, fuck, maybe I wasn't supposed to take it. Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me on the interwebs at uptight_Chiffon, uptight-Chiffon, depending on where you're hanging out. This has been an absolute delight. I love my terrible bean of a boy. The doctor is not a good person, and it was very, very fun to discover that along the way. You can find me hanging out here every other Tuesday. They call us Villains, our horror masks game. I will be running an Invisible Sun campaign coming up in a couple of months-ish, something like that. Every other Wednesday, I'm over on High Shelf Collective for Beacons of Farlight, run by JT. The Wednesdays that I'm not at Beacons, I'm over on Lost Caravan, playing our Nova game, season 2 of Nova. It's lots of trauma on all of these games that I've mentioned so far. My characters are very traumatized and sad. On Lost Caravan, I'm doing an Old Gods of Appalachia campaign. It's 2-parter right now. Might develop into something else. We'll see. I am sure that I have other things coming up, but I can't talk about them yet. Follow me on social media. That is where you will hear about it first. Now I will, what am I going to do with the mic? I'm going to get a hydraulic press, one of those hydraulic presses, and I'm going to smash the mic down, and I'm going to just sprinkle the remains in a circle around Kit to keep them confined into that space the way you would a salt circle.
Oh no, you've
Cannot
solved my
leave.
Fey circle puzzle. Dang it.
It's taken me this long, but I got there.
Somebody had to do it. It's actually how you summoned me. Hi, I'm Kit. You can find me most places on the internet at Kit Roll, or some other places at Kit Roll Cause. Don't worry about it. I've got a laundry list, so I'm going to try to be really, really quick about it. Every other Wednesday, you can catch me doing Beacons of Farlight that has been previously mentioned. I'm a little AI in that one. It's great. It's awesome. I'm eating emotions for power. On Fridays and Saturdays, scheduling gets a little bit goofy. Over on Live from the Apocalypse, we're back with season 3 of A Season of Secrets and Shadows. It's a very goofy little Monster Hearts game. There's 2 tables. We're doing Regency stuff. I'm a vampire. I've been Darkest Self the entire season, so it's gotten incredibly whack. Come check it out if you like shenanigans, and maybe they smooch sometimes. That's Monster Hearts. Every other Saturday, over on Lost Caravan, you can catch Fatal Ascension, that I believe has also been previously mentioned. I'm also a robot in that one. I have a type, don't read into it. We're nearing the end game, very, very quickly hurtling towards it. We fought death a while ago. I think we're gonna do it again. Things are very weird and crunchy at that point. Time shenanigans have occurred. But check it out over on Lost Caravan. It's a delightful game where we do no war crimes. Don't worry about it. And then Sundays in June, you can catch me over on Sword and Key for the brunch slot. We're going to be playing some public access. So if you like creepypastas, investigative little games like that, we're bringing back our Y2K fashion. This game is in 2004, y'all. So catch us over there every Sunday in June. And then as Logan so delightfully mentioned, if you like magical girls, if you like queer stories, if you like finding hope in piles and piles of defeat and then crying about it anyways, you can catch Bloom and Blight. It's our Girl by Moonlight podcast. You can find it wherever you get podcasts at. If it's not there, let me know. I'll put it there. That's a threat and a promise. If you want episode announcements, clips, and things like that, you can check out basically every social at this point at Bloom and Blight, all spelled out. And if you want cast and character information, transcripts of all of our episodes, you can listen to the episodes, and a link to our beautiful Discord server for the podcast network, you can go to bloomandblight.com. It is delightful, and I need to finish editing an episode for that. So I'm going to do that later tonight. But I think that's all I can talk about legally or otherwise. So keep an eye on socials, and I will tell you about things when I can tell you about things. I'm going to scoop up the dust and the debris that Kian has so beautifully placed around me. Nothing can contain me. You tried, and that's valiant. And then I'm going to blow it like a beautiful wind over to, I believe, Harp?
I'm going to eat up all of that dust. Nom 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 nom. I already have microplastics in my bones, probably by now. Hi, I'm Harp. Everything I do has been talked about. I'm Maisie in Beacons of Farlight. I'm Mara in T-Cov. And I guess I make music too, if you guys want that. I just want to take like a quick, real quick second. I'm so happy with this series / campaign. It's weird because the first finale I have been a part of is a game that I ran. Like I started like around like less than a year ago, doing stream TTRPG stuff. Thanks to some of the people here at this table. And this is a world that I have built since my sophomore year of college in 2019. So I don't know, it's just very special to me, and I am so happy that we have seen this through to an end, even though it may not be the end. And it makes me so happy. Don't find me anywhere. Let this kind of linger in your heart forever. Okay, goodbye. JT, do whatever.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry. Hi, I'm JT. I was Orca, now Ornicus. You can find me all over the internet at Weebjeet and at Entropy Emporium because I run our socials. We will have this game up on YouTube very soon. I promise. I will get to it, or I will make LC or Kian do it because they also have access. And I have trouble finding the energy to do those things. Anyway, that's not the point. This has been Project Reach on our table. You can find me running Beacons of Farlight. That is my show, and it's going to be a doozy these next couple episodes because I am not very nice to them, in a good way. And then I am also in Nova on Lost Caravan as Caldwell, who is a much more cynical science boy than Orca ever was. You can also find me on A Season of Secrets and Shadows at the same table as Kid. I believe we are back not this Saturday, but next Saturday for a new episode where I play Queen Octavia Frostpin, who has never been her darkest self. But I think we could change that before the end of this season. It's gotta happen, right? Eventually. That's what I'm doing right now. We got a couple fun shows coming up. They Call Us Villains is on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday. If you like what we do, you can join our Discord where we are going to be having a community night. I think it is decided that we will be watching Spy Family that community night, probably like the first few episodes. Just a nice, cute little anime. We do all kinds of stuff. We're always going to be raising money for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, Free Palestine, etc. You heard the spiel at the top of the show. And we got a bunch of fun shows coming up. We got Invisible Sun, we got Girl by Moonlight, we got D&D. We might have Mutants and Masterminds coming if I can hold on to this this concept with a death grip before it abandons me forever. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and raid over to Happy Jack's RPG to show them some love. One of one of our friends, Darby's over there. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Be kind to each other. And I think tonight's finale leaves us the message most of all. Do good things and be good people is the message I think we can derive from our merry band of misfits. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you all the next time we are on air. Have a wonderful evening.
Bye.